He's got his hazards on. There he goes.
I don't want to talk.
He's so upset.
Oh gosh, we could be chopped up right now. He's getting away. He's getting away.
What?
Is there a problem?
Just taking my time to get to work. She's down.
You guessed it. We're going farming. We're going spreading. Woo! It's gonna be a new experience. We never have spread urea with one of these, so we're gonna see how it goes. We gotta take it to the field and then do a catch test, see how far we can throw urea. We can throw P and K roughly 95 feet confidently, maybe 105. But urea is going to be a little lighter, so we'll see what we can do. You don't know what he's doing because she's a dual bend. I better get up there and see. That'll work.
This feels weird. Springtime with a broom horse.
You're gonna love it. Okay,
I am gonna love it.
here's your paperwork. We're doing the back. The other one is what's in the front.
Yeah.
So I suppose we gotta start with calibrating the scale.
Yes. Then what? It'll all come back.
That's not a step.
I can see.
So what our plan is here for the day is to get the Pro Force out, get it set, calibrated, see what how wide it can spread. And it's supposed to rain tomorrow, like an inch. We technically could be planting, but we're not going to, because after we get an inch of rain, it is going to get like 20s at night. And after an inch of rain, we just don't think we want to have corn in the ground yet. So we're just gonna get stuff ready to go, spread some fertilizer. The rain will rain that in. When the field's ready, we can just go digging. We don't have to wait for fertilizer or manage that. That's the plan for today, I guess. This morning we were supposed to be able to go right away, but it rained just enough to keep us out of the field. And the day has obviously turned to a bright, sunny, beautiful day. So let's go farming. It's a bit more breezy than I would like it, but it's spring, so it's always windy. We're gonna set this rope out, get my buckets set up, so then he can come bombing across the buckets and we can do a catch test, see how far we can sling this stuff. Oh, this is gonna work out just perfect. We are behind the grove, so it should be a good, I don't wanna set it up with wind and getting false readings, so this will work okay. This will be nice. Got my rope, now I gotta get my buckets, set them on all the green tape every 5 feet apart, and then he's gonna blast across it. And I find this, so I really like doing this. It's very interesting to see how it spreads. All right, we're all set up, and he's getting lined up. Let's remember to start a little early because it slings it so far forward. So yeah, that thing, it actually throws it probably to the front of the Pro Force. So we made that mistake. when we were doing this last year for P&K. Started it too late and wrecked our first run. For some reason my bucket got hooked under the tractor and got drugged. And now the wind, look at this. Look at this. The wind just blew all my buckets away, so first test failure. Look at this. They literally sat here for 10 minutes and never moved.
Well, it's a good thing we can see it.
The minute the fertilizer comes out, they all blew away.
Humans make wind. I'm a firm believer.
Oh, do you like that? They sat here for 10 minutes and never moved, and then one gust comes through and ruins the whole test.
Son of a gun.
Randy's taking my pickup to go look for more fields, so I'm with the Ranger here. What we determined after that disaster with our buckets blowing around is, well, first off, you can see the urea on the ground really easily, like all the little white ones. And so you can see where it starts to taper off. Plus, there was enough buckets that weren't flipped over to get a good idea where it dropped off. We're at 90 feet. She'll spread at 90 feet here, so we're very confident in that. And he's changing his rate controller widths and all that. Then he's gonna, so there's actually, this whole field is not getting done. Where the tractor's sitting actually is where anhydrous quit last fall. This portion of the field is just heavier ground and generally really wet, and we all know what last fall was like. So they did not put anhydrous on this part because it wasn't physically possible. So he's gonna fill this in so that this field's turnkey ready when the weather turns the corner to the days like this every day, and not an inch of rain and then back down into the 20s for overnights. So he's went around it once, he's starting to go back and forth, and with this crosswind, we got a southeast wind happening. Is this wet? It sure looks wet. No, it's cracked. We're good. I can visually see that the fertilizer is being pushed, which my concern is that there's a gap. But I've been driving around following him, and on the downwind side, the fertilizer is going way farther that way. So where we can't throw the fertilizer upwind, it's carrying it farther downwind on the other side. So I can't find a gap or a place that it looks like it's over applied or under applied. So I'm feeling very consistent about, or doing very consistent job. Well, you don't have a gap. We're now worrying about the headlands, like turn on, turn off. You got to do that with every application job, planting, spraying, fertilizer. All right, I drew a line where I want it to be definitely on by. So I want you to turn on now. And it turned on now. But it shoots it so far back out. So it can turn on a little bit later, but I think we had a gap. No? It literally, so it's, the spreader is past the line where I want it to turn on, but it jettisons the fertilizer probably like 35 feet behind the machine. I would like it on a little sooner than that. All right, I'm gonna get to the other end and watch his turn off time. All right, I think we've got her dialed in. We just checked the tracks for heat, make sure they're aligned. They're perfect, not even any heat on the guide lugs at all, which is impressive. But anyways, this is, it's going well. It's going well. We got her tuned in. Big Swede's back to full send, and he's about done with this 57 acres already, just with tuning on stuff. And I mean, it's 90 feet. How fast are we going? 15 miles an hour is definitely eating acres. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. He's pretty jacked to be in this thing and not the floater right now. But I'm sure the floater will probably get used on really, really windy days. Definitely maybe in our heavier ground. The reason we haven't used this, we've always been scared of compaction reasons. Not so much the ProForce compaction, but the quad tracks. he's coming back to get more fertilizer, and then I believe this field here right at the end of the driveway is the next one to get applied. Well, I think then they're just gonna keep going. If we can get as much done today as possible, it's less we gotta do and wait for the fertilizer to get done. It's gonna work out pretty slick. Steep little approach here, my gosh. All right, we're gonna unload the second half of the truck in there and then send her back to town. We haven't blown any hoses yet. It's steep there. Are you enjoying your day?
Working.
It's always better when it works.
It's amazing how from clip to clip, when they come back, we might be really sad in the next one. It's, oh, this broke, or oh, I hit another telephone pole or something.
Well, you really have to be close to accomplish that instruction.
I need some zip ties for the hoses, and that would really clean that up. I don't know who did that.
I thought it was really nice.
Here's my concern. This comes out and goes over there, and then when I went through this ditch, it got kind of tight.
Oh.
I think I want it right down in there.
Okay.
Less rubbish.
All right, Randy and Eric are going to do fertilizer today. We've got 3 trucks hauling corn to town, and I'm going to finally finish, hopefully, the TCM calibrations on the planter. Well, maybe not. This one's being a son of a gun, Mr. 9R. The globe is not getting RTK for some reason on the planter. It don't need to be an RTK, but it's supposed to piggyback off of the one on the tractor, and it's not. And I've been on the phone with John Deere trying to get it going and tried everything that they knew what to do, and now I don't know if they're gonna have to come out. She was gonna do some phone calling. So, that one's on hold, but I'm gonna get the 8RX out in the field, unfold it, do that TCM, and hopefully that one goes better than the struggle I've been dealing with on that one. I tell you what, you can do all the wrench turning in the world to have these things ready to go. And I mean, like, physically the machine is tested and ready to go as possible. And then it comes down to something stupid like that. I mean, it's just so frustrating. I love technology when it works, but sometimes to get it going can really be a battle. Oh, software update. Yes? No? It's risky. Sometimes you do that and then it doesn't work, but why not? Install. This will be an hour, I suppose. Time remaining, 20 minutes. I don't believe that. Update on the update. I did not do it because I needed to have the tractor off with a battery charger on the battery because I didn't have enough voltage when I tried that. So we're just gonna do what we came out here to do, calibrate the TCM, and worry about that issue later. So we have to have this unfolded, and then we're gonna do an advanced TCM calibration. So we'll walk you through what we're doing here. So this right here is where we're having issues between the 2 globes on the 9RX. It's supposed to have that, say, RTK on both. Well, I got RTK on the tractor, but not on the planter, and that's where we're having so much issues with that one talking. So we're gonna lower this down. It's supposed to be in the plant position, I guess, is what I was told. Yes, I know we're not planting. It wants me to turn the planter on, but why is it making noises? All right, we're going to advanced calibrations. Basically what we do here is begin calibration. We're gonna make an auto steer line, which it walks you through doing that. And then basically you gotta drive perfectly, or it's gotta be perfectly in line. You drive for the distance that it wants you to, and then you turn around and get perfectly in line again, lock onto that line, and drive back. And that's supposed to calibrate everything. So let's see if we can't make this work. Set the line, we're making the line. Done. Auto steers on. Now, I don't know what I'm doing! It's freaking out because the planter isn't actually planting. So, let's fix that problem. Okay, I'm speculating that we are going to get a lot of alarms because there's no seat in the planter. Yes, I know that. We're calibrating, Mr. Tractor. All right, so we're auto steering with it down, and I think it's, oh, we're 1%, 2% complete there, and we got to go under 4 miles an hour. So yes, I know. Stop. Moderate leak detected on closing wheel group 1. Did we blow a hose? It's air. We're leaking air. Now we're gonna turn around and we're gonna head back on the same exact path that we traveled on. So we gotta get straight before we resume. Pretty straight. I know we're not planting. Okay. So now we're heading back. We're supposed to go about the same speed, so nice and slow. And it worked. First try. Perfect. So I feel, besides that air leak that I should go look at right now, fairly confident that this planter should be ready to go, besides that software update. Well, I don't hear or see any leaks, so I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's hard to tell with this fan running, but you'd think that something wouldn't be pressured up and all the bags got air in them, so maybe it's a later problem. I'm giving this one the ready to go. There's even fuel in it and diesel exhaust fluid, so finally one planter ready for the field. I'll drive on Merlin's lawn, he wouldn't be happy. So we're into a new day. It's rained. The power company is stuck in the ditch that Dad is trying to help. And we just got a phone call. Brody's broke down. We gotta go see what's going on.
It's a mess.
It should be quite hilarious.
Before it even starts.
Yeah, it is. It is quite damp. So we got over, what did they say? We need 4/10 to rein in our urea.
That's what I was told.
So we got 7/10 so far. So that worked out in our favor. Our driveway is
Destroyed.
needing help again.
I just washed this. Unreal. We're going in the ditch.
Oh gosh. So, what'd you do? Like 500 acres yesterday afternoon?
I
Close
did,
to?
yeah.
So we're 500 acres ahead of the diggers.
And that spring that Doug got the... Was that filmed with the ditch witch?
That was before that was when you buried the 4640 the spring.
I spread right through that last night.
Wow.
And I'm glad I did because it's going to be wet now.
Oh gosh. This road, look at their trail. He's got his hazards on. There he goes.
don't even want to talk.
He's so upset.
Oh gosh, we could be chopped up right now. He's getting away. He's getting away.
What?
Is there a problem?
Just taking my time to get to work. She's down.
What's tire? Which tire is it?
Right, back right.
Is it moving?
It's straight.
It's going to be sideways.
He's accelerating.
Yes.
How bad is it wobbling?
It's not wobbling.
Keep the mat. 25, he really starts wobbling. I'd raised it, but I can't.
You want to lift with the forklift?
We could do that.
What happened?
Shouldn't do that.
What was it like when that let loose?
I was frantic. I thought I was going in the ditch at 60 miles an hour.
Huh.
Don't do that no more. I might fall out and the whole car will go on the ground.
No bueno.
The thread's pulled out?
It appears so. That didn't turn. She snapped.
A welder should fix that.
Yeah, what do you think, Eric? Just shove it all the way in and weld her and call it good?
I suppose. Why not?
What else is our option?
They don't sell parts for this vehicle, so I suppose just weld on her.
You gotta get home somehow.
So on further diagnosis of the issue, what has happened is the threads on this are still good, but in here, it literally, they're gone. I don't know what's going on. The threads on that are good, but this adjustment bushing has left the chat.
No.
It would hold. It would hold.
It would.
What do you think?
She's solid again.
Wow. That's a heck of a weld.
I got a lot of metal on there. Wire. I gotta paint it.
You're gonna give her an underpaint? Well, temporary or permanent?
Permanent.
It's a temporary that will become permanent fix. That, Eric looked it up. It's only like 20, what'd you say, 21 bucks or something? So it's cheap if we want to replace it, but I know how this is gonna go.
Welder can fix a lot of things in life.
And I'm sure it's aligned perfectly.
It should be.
We've come to under the hood where we found that a mouse has been chewing on his spark plug wires and built a nice nest right in there. And Eric found where they were chewing on the cover.
Them dang things. They'll get everywhere.
You're gonna liquid tape up your spark plug wires?
They didn't go all the way through.
Hold on to them quick. Let's see if you get zapped.
No. Oh, it's hot. Wow.
They packed a lunch. What are we up to? Nibbles 8.0?
There was 8 of them at least in that red dump truck. Well, it's the end of the day. It was a pretty slow day due to the rain, and we're pretty much down to everything is outside work to get stuff set up and hooked up. And obviously today was not going to happen. I'm afraid that we got over 2 inches of rain. It's wet. We've rounded the curve of now wet. Now it's wet. We did not need this rain. Let's just say that. We were plenty good on moisture. Now we're in the downward slope of how conditions are in the field. But can't control it. Guess we're going to be out of the field for sure this week, no doubt. Other than that, we worked on this. I'll talk about that in the next video a little bit. It's clean. It's gonna be nice. We've been organizing, sorting all day. Tedious work, very tedious work, but it's gonna be amazing. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you made it this far, we really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next video.